Hi, Daniel. So I was going to show you um, what to do to check like lesson completion. For some reason, this year we made this switch to PowerSchool, and it's been like not as accurate, unfortunately. And so it's really hard sometimes to trust the attendance report. So I still am trusting it. And then if somebody says something about it, then I go and dig deeper. So what you do is you go to admin and then type in whatever the student is. So for example, I've been doing this student a lot. So I'll type in this name. And what you can do, so you have to act as the user, and you're just going to go into their grade book and like look at when they completed lessons. Um, and and when I do this for a student, I make a video of myself doing it. So basically to teach them how to do it. So that you don't have to do it for them every time. So for example, let's just like go to geometry. So now I'm acting like as the student. So make sure you don't like submit anything or mess with their stuff when you're acting as them. But you can go in their gradebook. It doesn't do anything. So in the gradebook, then you can see, be careful. I've done this before. This is the due date, and this is when they submitted it. So we want to look at when they submitted. So like if you're looking for stuff they completed, let's say this week for week 4, it would have to be on February 8th or later. So, well, she hasn't done any, but so you can see the date that they submitted it. So whatever week you're looking at lesson completion, you can see how many lessons they completed. It's a little tricky, and it's just as tricky for kids to figure out the lessons. Usually the lesson ends with the checkpoint, but like it really bugs me how they do this alphabetically for due dates. Like checkpoint is listed before even the workbooks in lesson 3 because checkpoint comes alphabetically first. That drives me crazy. And I'm sure it's difficult for kids as well. But anyway, so oops, I just clicked on something, I think. Darn it. Anyway, you go in there and look at the dates that they completed stuff and just hand count their lessons. And so it's really not fun to do. And so you'd have to do it for each course if you were trying to do for a week. So like I'd go into their math course and count how many they did for that date range. And then you can go into like their government course and see how many they did for that date range. Um, so that's the only other way that I know of how to do it. The reports are tricky that Clayton sends out because I never know when he runs them. Like sometimes they run them Thursday night, sometimes they run them Friday morning, and that's different for kids. Like this student look is working at 10:22 p.m. So if they ran it like Thursday afternoon, these lessons aren't counted in that report. So anyway, this is how you can check by hand if the report is not working correctly.